Get off on the next loss is a cursed phrase in gaming that almost guarantees your team's demise in the next game, but what if I devised a plan to bust all over this myth with my very own play till you lose challenge? How does that work? Well, I'm glad you asked, viewer. I have 5 multiplayer games: Siege, Rocket League, Counter-Strike, Fall Guys, and Deadlock. I'll play each of these games until I lose and then move on to the next game in line with the goal of clearing the set time, which I had AI give me the average length of a match and then multiplied it by 2. Then took the average of all the games and added that on as well. Then rounded up to the nearest hour just for a little more of a challenge for a total of 5 hours, since I've already proved I'm a superior gamer twice on this channel. But with the rules out of the way, let's get this started. I'm starting with Rainbow Six Siege, and I had a good feeling about this team because the camaraderie was through the roof from the very beginning, and I could feel it in my bones, elevating beyond my gamer abilities to the point Jinxie was so impressed he called me, and me and my teammates were about to transcend this match.
You got the hentai virus. You take some of that phlegm and spit it in my throat, brother. What? I'm not trying to go to work next week.
There are even dedicated Siege players talking about the new reworks on characters, like how Dokubi's phone calls explode now if you don't answer them, and instilled faith in me with their reassuring callouts.
Oh, I'm fucked.
Hey, hang up that phone call before you give that one up, please.
Update, buddy, the phone didn't blow up. But it was only round 2, and I could fight back from this easily, no matter how my teammates play, because I have a challenge to complete, and I can't let other people hold me back from my goals in life. The other team, though, was another problem. They were busting down my walls like the rabid women at my front door, trying to get a piece of me and flashing me in the process, so I handled it exactly how I handled them. I ran away. But I used my audio cues, marched straight back in there, and finished the job, winning us the round and half. Attack was going even better. Doing as Master Jinxie says, I used my drone to discover the enemy location, quickly taking out my target with efficiency. My teammates did not. After infiltrating my way inside with my remaining teammate, we quickly closed in on the last operative, hunting him down like a dog as he cowered in fear in the food pantry, securing yet another round. And they didn't learn much, considering the same tactic worked twice on them, and even though I couldn't finish this game off, my team cinched it no problem, winning my very first match and getting me an alpha pack.
Yeah, such a good skin.
The game evidently heard I was being ungrateful for its gift and gave me a map I have literally never played before, and not only was I lost, so was my teammate apparently. We miraculously secured a kill and a win on the round, and when I say miraculously, I mean it, because I was playing less than ideal to say the least.
Ah, teammate, it's okay. Decent aim. That is a brick wall. You cannot shoot through it. Throw your ying there. Throw your ying in there. Throw your ying. Right in that room. Right in that room.
Flash set.
Perfect. Let me blind you. Let me blind you. What's this?
Damn! But as long as one of us falls and the others pick up the slack, we can secure the win, because that's what teammates do, winning yet another game of Rainbow Six Siege. Except not all teammates are made equally, because while we did secure a first round victory, that would be the last of the easy victories in this match. Not only because the enemy team was like a pack of feral chihuahuas constantly charging at you, nipping at your ankles at any given time, often ending the rounds in 40 seconds or less, they even were spawn peeking despite me predicting they would do this, and I have come to the conclusion that my aim with Ying's gun sucks giant hairy balls. That wasn't the only thing sucking on a pair of them either, considering Iconic Dom has an iconically low IQ, considering he tried to jump into a second story window and use the back of our teammate's head as target practice.
Get out my way. Get out, man.
Oh my god, I get it now. Why the other team was playing the way they were. They saw Dom on the other team and thought that we were easy pickings, considering they all charged out the front door and killed my entire team before they got inside, and Dom was not happy about it. Luckily, they thought me and Dom licked the same windows and underestimated me and the rest of the team, which was spelling demise for them, even if we did leave the bomb outside. we still won the round, forcing the game into overtime. But you see, this is where me and my team commenced Operation Sandbag. We put the Chihuahuas in air jail because the rest of the team draws their attention to the main door. I will sneak inside, around back, and assassinate their team from behind with precision and efficiency. And even though I was taken down, the damage I dealt was a heavy blow, and my team should be able to finish the job. Oh dear God, it's Dom. Thankfully, Hermes finished off the round, considering Ying was down to lasers and the other person was Dom, and we were able to wrap up the final round of OT, continuing our 3-game win streak, absolutely destroying this challenge so far into game 4, which was proving to be the hardest match yet. I'm getting blitzed by the attackers, perfectly thrown grenades are landing on my big toe. I was getting info gapped by the other players. I've hardly played Siege since 2022, and there's been a lot of rework since then, adding in new maps, changing existing ones. Characters have new tools, and I forgot smokes existed and Glass had a thermal scope. So to make up for this super aggression and bridge any gaps between the teams, I tried providing us with armor, but armor doesn't provide much support against a shield. So I was flustered, and I was looking for something I could do to possibly get a cheeky pick, so I picked up Capcan and trapped the wrong site. It didn't matter though, because these guys were sharks in the water. They could smell my fear of this challenge coming to an end, and they were swarming me. I picked off one, but little did I know, FaZe Adapt was the last guy standing on the other team, and he sat me down like I was an anime character that took the risk of walking in the street. And Attack was arguably even worse. I at least got inside the building and picked one off, but once I got upstairs, they lit one half the building on fire, and the other side Grimace threw up on my face, which had me running around with my pants down, and before I knew it, Zoolander put one between my eyeballs, then proceeded to crack the rest of the team by exploding in their face, blindfolding them, and double teaming them. At this point, the whole lobby was getting so worked up because of the team was bending us over so hard that the chat started getting really steamy. Don't watch that. I'll watch you all night. Slowly rub down your thigh. More. Grabbing your toes softly. That's tight. Keep going, I'm close. I mean, softly. Wow. Triplets. And then sucking. I'm so close. And, more sucking, please, until your mind is full of pleasure. Can you suck my friend's Nate toes? And then on the balcony, we kiss. Hey, our friend left, so now it's a 4v5 and kiss. May one of y'all team kill so we can be even? I don't like Nate, okay? I want you to leave me on your bed, sweaty, tired, and distressed. I should be full of you. Okay, we're done. We lost. I'm playing Rocket League. And I would normally say I was feeling a little rusty, but it kind of seemed like the entire lobby just got on for the first time in months. Eventually, everyone located their thumbs and reattached them, and we started connecting some passes with no goal in sight until finally the other team just seemed to feel bad for what was clearly a mentally handicapped team and gave us a pass on a silver platter. That did not raise our IQ or our skill level though, which didn't matter because even a blind squirrel can eventually find a nut, netting us our first win. But in my very next game, I had to play against my comrades in arms, C-Shot and Uzbekistan, or whatever that says. And in typical Rocket League fashion, they went from this on my team to hitting a musty shot off the ceiling. This is Rocket League. Thankfully, my team was able to net the first goal, giving us the lead, all thanks to me, of course, which gave Cultro a bit of an ego, I guess, considering he got mad I made a save that he was literally going to miss, destroying our team morale and losing us the lead. I wasn't going to let Cultro be the roadblock on my journey to victory though, netting one myself, but this didn't change his attitude. He was hovering over me and our teammate Eclipse, commenting on every mistake we made, so I took the necessary steps to put him in his place. He didn't like this though and ramped it up even more, but me and Eclipse had enough, and then it hit me. Dom was licking the window, trying to make out with Culturo on the other side. It all made sense now. It didn't matter though, we left those two alone and me and Eclipse finished out this game, securing our victory, moving on to game 3, which wasn't starting out too hot. Because let me introduce you to Tomato Gator. And Tomato Gator likes to touch the ball. A lot. Even when Tomato Gator doesn't need to touch the ball. Luckily, the other team scored an own goal, making it all work out in the end, but Tomato Gator wasn't done, and it just kept working somehow. He was a madman let loose in society, terrorizing the people. He was like Gear 5 Luffy doing whatever he wanted, and it just worked out somehow. And as much as I hated to admit it, we were going into OT and we were going to need that chaos more than ever. And just like clockwork, he netted a goal in just 30 seconds, keeping the winning streak alive, moving into game 4, where me and my teammates were so locked and synced, we were using the same brain cell. In fact, the whole lobby was on the same brainwave as this guy perfectly predicted where I was going to hit this ball. So we entered a stalemate for over half the game until finally we broke through. Beamer Sauce tried to gather morale, saying to lock in and giving out callouts that they had time, but they in fact just did not have time, as we ended yet another team's careers, moving on to game 5, which was going to be a little scary. That wasn't going to phase Hazmiziz or whatever it is. The rest of the team was lining up right behind him to pepper the goal with shots. They may not have been falling, but we were giving them no breaks. I even threw a dime on Flacco's head, and it may not have gone in, but it showed the caliber we were playing at. We were passing so well and so often that sometimes we just forgot to shoot the ball. But with this teamwork and tenacity, we secured yet another win, moving on to game 6. I was on a roll and I carried this energy straight into the next game, almost scoring immediately, but the opposite happened. We were actually crumbling under the pressure of this game, and some of my teammates didn't read the Rocket League rulebook. It's a short book, you should try it sometime, ultimately leading to the end of my Rocket League career. Leading us into our third game, Counter-Strike, and this is where the real fun begins. Go, 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 go. Come on, baby, show me the gold. Oh, there it goes. So there's a little bit of a mishap. ChatGPT accidentally got the real game of Counter-Strike and the mini game confused. So we're actually going to be playing the tactical shooter part of it today. Oh my God, look at that knife. You like it? I pulled it last week. Bask in its glory, you peasants. Finally in the game though, we charged B site and I died, but I wanted to see how beneath me my teammates were because I was knife mogging them all, to be honest. But I let it slide because they won us the round, but I couldn't let them lead the team because with a great knife comes great responsibility. And lucky for us though, someone else decided to play the real game of Counter-Strike, so we applied some light peer pressure to have someone else play the real game of Counter-Strike, even if there was the hater in the crowd. And despite the bad luck, we knew Excel could persevere because he was due for a hit, but in the meantime we needed to get back to the minigame and dominate until it was time for more, of course. But I was feeling so inspired by his convictions to pull a knife, I even opened a crate. Unfortunately, I feel as though I let my team down with the results, so I knew I needed to pick it up and win us some more rounds to make it up to them. And I ended up popping off a little too much, and my bloodthirst was just rising to the point I was considering even taking out my own team to satiate the calling, but I restrained myself, moving into the second half of the match where I came up with the perfect strategy for both myself and the other team. See, I had a raging bloodthirst and the other team was getting stomped, so what better way than ambushing their last guy and giving him the pleasure and opportunity to die by my spectacular knife that was blessed upon me by the heavens to raise their spirits and calm my bloodthirst. I even tried blessing another one of them, but he didn't want it for whatever reason and chose to go out on different terms, ending the first game in an absolute thrashing as we entered our second game on Vertigo. And at this point, my fame for my skill and amazing knife has spread far and wide as all of my teammates looked at me to lead them to victory. So I decided I would do just that from behind because I'm the most important and will carry my team to victory every time. Just watch. You thought it was a meme and I was going to lose. Ah, no faith in your YouTuber. Father help! Okay, yeah, we got rinsed. I didn't carry shit with my weak little bottom arms. Just one more, just to make me feel better, please. Oh, see, you're always due. Now let's move on to some Fall Guys. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with Fall Guys, but this is a literal kids game, so I'm about to smoke. Holy God. Chat. I don't know. Wait, okay, wait. We got 5th. All right. It's a literal kids game. I told you guys. I even smoked the lobby again on the very next race. Oh, almost getting first place. Apparently, the last level was a little too hard for their underdeveloped frontal lobes, and just about the entire lobby was eliminated in just the one round, leaving only 8 of us remaining for the next race. There was some questionable decisions made on my part, though, that could be considered too close for comfort, but I remained cool under the pressure, securing my position in the finals. And my game plan was to absolutely destroy this spinning log thing and making it so when it comes back around, there's basically nothing left. So I sprinted all over it, eliminating as much as I could, and the only problem with this strategy was when it came back around the second time, there was hardly anything left, and I was in the back, so there was hardly any resources of that left. So then I messed up my pathing and I panicked and I just lost, and it was the first game loss. I suck at the kids game and I lost. Time to go play Deadlock, I guess. So if you've never played a MOBA, you're probably going to be really confused, but that's okay, princess. Just sit back and enjoy. Basically, for the first 8-ish minutes is the laning phase, and depending on your character, you could be weaker or stronger in the beginning, and your remedy of this is collecting money, which you can gain by killing minions, breaking boxes, clearing camps, taking out enemies, and gambling. The only problem is that if you are a character that scales into the game later, like Lady Geist, my character, you need to play extra careful in the beginning so that you don't feed the other team more money, letting them buy more items faster and just becoming stronger than you infinitely. Does that sound complicated and hard? That's because MOBAs are made by people who hate their lives for people who hate their lives. Just ask any League player, which is exactly what I was doing after dying so many times in the laning phase, even beginning to think that this is already over just as it started, and I was getting schooled in every scenario possible in my lane until it finally started to turn around a little bit. To put it nicely, some would say Lady Geist is extremely annoying to fight against, because if you get her really low in health and chase her down to finish her off, she can just turn around, pop her ult, and then switch her health bar with your health bar and then nuke whatever's left of it, and that's what I like to call a Lady Geist moment. And after getting a couple of kills this way, my ball finally started rolling to the point I took down their guardian and stole their camps on their side, because money is power in Deadlock. It's kind of like if you turn the American economy into a battlefield. The rich just get richer. And after running the casinos on my side and theirs dry, I became a very scary lady who sucks the life force out of people to maintain her youth. And that's canon, by the way. But at this point, we're entering the mid game where functioning as a team across all 3 lanes is essential instead of everyone just staying in their own. So I grabbed this vase and my team helped me deliver it to the designated location, because if we do, we get permanent buffs and extra money, and money is power, which evidently I didn't really need at this point, as we absolutely melted 2 of them in a, say it with me now, Lady Geist moment. My team, however, thought the game was going a little too easy, and they killed the mid boss, giving the other team 3 free revives, which they promptly used the very next fight because they exploded. I mean, the revives were literally gone by the time I even got to the fight, but money is power, and I had enough to buy my biggest upgrade of the game and even resistances to their attacks. Needless to say, at this point the game is basically over. We nuked their shrines, they struggled to stay alive, but it was only in vain because Lady Geist moment. So yeah, they lost, and I moved on to my second game, but this time I'm playing Graves, and I was kind of frying in my lane, or Victor was feeding, one of the two. I mean, there was nothing this guy could do to escape me. His ult is actually a revive that brings him back to life and stuns anyone in a radius, but my name is literally Graves. Why wouldn't I dog walk an undead dude with a revive as a mechanic? Come on now. I think it's needless to say, I was sort of owning this laning phase, and it was only getting worse because not only did I hit mine and their slots, take down their guardian, but Victor, the turbo feeder, was just running it down my lane again, and surprise, surprise, even with his support behind him, he still exploded, allowing me to sneak off to steal even more of their slot machines. Victor keeps dying, and I am actively hitting the mega jackpot on his grave. However, as good as my laning phase went, my teammates all didn't do quite as well, so I took it upon myself to help push their lanes back, which could get a little spooky considering it's Lady Geist. But you can't Lady Geist moment the Lady fuck. Even a generational gaming talent, sometimes you just need to know when to take a tactical retreat and ask for help.
Yo, Billy, turn around and help a brother out, man.
So I went back to my lane to take out my frustrations on Victor real quick, but little did I know this was just the beginning of the end. With a player leaving, there are less of you on the map to generate money, so the game tries to help out that team by giving extra money on all objectives to keep the game even. But even with that, you're still down a player, so you're spread thin across the map, and even if you're all together in a team fight, it's still a 5v6 and the morale was dropping fast. So fast, in fact, our Mirage left as well, sealing our fate. So I'll just give you the spark notes from here on out. I killed Victor, Billy came back. Billy died, enemy floods our base, Billy leaves again, we lose game. I love Deadlock, holy shit, fix your fucking lever problem, Valve. So in a soul-crushing fashion, the challenge came to an end with the final results being Siege 1 hour, 42 minutes and 51 seconds, Rocket League 42 minutes and 32 seconds, Counter-Strike 1 hour, 2 minutes and 21 seconds, Fall Guys 9 minutes, 44 seconds, and Deadlock 1 hour, 8 minutes and 49 seconds, coming out to a total of 4 hours, 46 minutes and 17 seconds, losing this challenge by less than 15 minutes. I would like it to be known if I didn't round up to 5 hours, I would have won by 2 minutes and 17 seconds, but I am a man of my word. So drop a subscribe, like for being a real one, and let me know what other challenges and games you'd like to see me play next in the comments below, and check out these videos while you're at it.